The Giants franchise is back today, and we are sitting at 9-2, trying to get back to the playoffs as the division champions. We have a lead right now over Dallas, and we'll see if the matchup against them today ends up being like a very critical one. But my plan is to get into this game against Miami. An actual interesting game against an out-of-conference foe that we don't see very often. And the Dolphins have been an interesting team in this series, as they did end up moving on from Tua Tagovailoa pretty early, and have developed a new superstar franchise quarterback in Shenard Graham. And he has a very strong arm. He's great at throwing down the field accurately, a little more inconsistent it looks like underneath, and has a little mobility as well. I think that acceleration and change of direction will make up for 80 speed in some ways. His archetype is strong arm, so I don't think he would be scrambling around a lot, but we're going to see him today for, I believe, the first time. At the same time, they also have the highest rated running back drafted in this franchise, superstar Kalen Washington. I'm a little jealous that they were able to draft him. I remember when he was in the draft a handful of years back. 93 speed, 93 break tackle. We'll see what kind of a challenge he gives to this defense. It should be really interesting after we struggled last episode against the Falcons and their big bruising running back who also had good speed. Washington is even faster. At receiver, Jalen Waddle, Juju Smith-Schuster, Lester Williams. So not a ton of size here, but a lot of speed. This could be a really good matchup and just an overall really good game here today. I like what the Dolphins have done. Looking at this defense, I think outside of a couple standouts, they're pretty mediocre. They did draft Will Wall back in the beginning, I think like first off season, and he's a superstar at defensive tackle, can stop the run, but not a whole lot in the pass rush department. Let's see if this ends up being the high scoring game that it looks like it could be. We have some upgrades to take care of first, and we'll begin with the rookie right tackle. It's Hal Reed, who's been developing at a nice pace here as a rookie with that star development. Number 36 ranked right tackle right now. We've also seen Matthew Hearns play a little bit more, and I think that last episode showed what he can do as a run defender, but you got to be able to play in coverage to get more playing time, and that's a work in progress. It might not be reflected by his interception count, although he does now have one this season, but Isaiah Cunningham does look more like a solid starting corner this season, and I want to see if he's able to steal some footballs and maybe become the player we hoped for when we took him in the first round. The Miami Dolphins are second in the NFL this season in points per game at 32. First place is the Kansas City Chiefs with 40. Like they're playing in the Big 12 instead of the AFC West. Shenard Graham is a big reason why this Dolphins team is in contention. And we know all about the best team in the AFC, but maybe today we can get to know one of the next best teams here in this conference. The Dolphins will open with the football as we get underway. This should be a good one here. This has got to be a great matchup. First and 10, Shenard Graham looks to go play fake and will dump it off. Thought maybe we'd get a downfield shot. Graham on second down, gets it away just in time, and that's complete for a first down. I don't know how he didn't go down there initially, but Williams has a first down. Graham heads to the air again. Underneath now, not trying to do too much, but 24 yards on 3 plays. They bring Williams in motion and run it for the first time, and down goes Kalen Washington. There's Quentin, who did not play well in run defense last episode. We'll see if he bounces back. Looks like the Cowboys one down below, so gotta get this win to stay a couple games up. Nice job on the outside. It's third down. Oh, wait, no, that was third down, so They didn't really get too aggressive there. Just tried to dump it off, and we take away any chances to hit the big play. Hit the pylon. I feel like that should be worth a couple points or something. All you get is a touchback? That's impressive. Well, let's see how the Giants decide to play this game now. We missed our chances at Petrovsky and Towns becoming X Factors, but they still played really good games against the Falcons. Here's a shot. Going over the top. It's caught by Weaver. From the 20 to the 21. 59 yards. We've been waiting for Jason Weaver to do that a little bit more. But no one on the team can do that quite like he does. In scoring position immediately. Play fake and dropped by Sellers. All right, third down. We got it back to 3rd and 10. It's Graham, bottom of your screen. And Petrovsky fires toward the end zone where it's broken up for Jawan Johnson. That's the best I've ever seen him covered in this series. So we get the 60-yard deep ball and a Justin Tucker field goal. I think Jalen Waddle wants to match what we just saw there from Jason Weaver. And I think Jalen Waddle's got a few points of speed on him. So I'm a little worried about that. This is going to be a run to start things here, and it's a stop, and that is Luke Pope. To the air again now. Graham going backwards way too far. He just took a 15-yard loss. Pretty rough start to the game here for Shenard Graham, who can just check this down, and Springs makes the tackle, as we'll take over very quickly. Trying to start this game strong. So far, so good. Now on the carry. This is Tavares Towns gaining 4. He's pretty close to what I was hoping for this season. Like 10 touchdowns. He's gotten that. 4.5 a carry. He's close to that. And then like 1,100 yards. Shouldn't be too difficult. On the carry again, Towns heads to the right where he gets a couple more. Third down now. Petrovsky needs 4. Fires downfield into coverage, and Graham comes away with it. How about the growth of Rashawn Graham becoming a true #1 receiver for this team? I feel like he's been awesome. I know he's been quiet the last handful of games, but that won't last forever. Caught by Weaver now inside the 20. Empty with Towns slot right on 2nd down. Petrovsky completes on the outside. That's 3 catches now for Jason Weaver on 3 different routes. He's not just a 9-route vertical guy. 1st and goal to Towns up the middle. Driving through contact until number 8 there overpowered him. A couple yards out now, 3rd down. We do not want a second field goal. We're going to keep it on the ground and get 6 with Tavares Towns, his 16th rushing touchdown on the season. And as was pointed out in the comment section last episode, he might have missed the chance with that last game to get to X Factor, but the touchdowns he's racking up will give him a chance to just naturally earn it this year, especially if he finishes high in yardage at the same time. So it might all work out in the end anyway. 10-0, all Giants. Dolphins got to have something better than what they've shown here 2 possessions in. 1st and 10 for Shenard Graham. Again underneath, but off the mark. Just hasn't been able to get it downfield. One of these plays will have to take a look at the coverage we're giving them. 2nd down. Graham sacked again. 3rd and 21 now. Their second 3rd and 20, and they're not throwing downfield at all. What is Graham seeing on this play? We're playing cover 2, trying to play bend but don't break. And, I mean, you got a chance here. You've got to be able to see this and make a good throw. You got playmakers here, at least in isolation, that need chances to make plays. Jason Weaver just caught another pass here in the simulating, now 4 for him, as we look to perhaps put more on the board. 28 there going to Michael Thomas. Don't tell me this is going to be a blowout, Miami. I expected a lot better. 3 receivers in the pattern for Petrovsky. And he goes outside. This one's through the hands of Weaver. He's not used to getting the football so much. This is the most targets we've ever seen him get in a half. To the air on second down, and Petrovsky will fire one toward the end zone. Oh my, let's check the penalty. Thomas got it at the 1. He went out of bounds? 3rd and 10 now for Petrovsky. He always keeps his eyes downfield. It's Juwan Johnson inside the 10, 25-yard gain. Trying to cap this drive off. Here's Towns, met and only getting a couple. Kind of a slow start for the running game, but the pass game more than making up for it. 3 tight ends on 3rd and goal with a play action call. Petrovsky in trouble, is sacked. One thing we've come to know in this series, though, is that quarterback ratings simply aren't enough. A big part of how they play, as Washington rips off a nice run, is just the group of traits they have, how they handle pressure, what personality is in those traits. And I think Petrovsky has like the perfect blend of being aggressive and still, keeping things from getting too out of control. Gesicki here is shaken up. Wow, 56 points on the board down below, scored by Cleveland. Now 39-yard line for the Dolphins as Graham from the pocket fires outside and has a first down. They fake it now to Washington. Graham, he's going to finally take a shot toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. Waddle looked like he might have had good positioning there, but couldn't come away with it. Second down. Graham finds Waddle underneath on this catch. First down. Play fake again. Graham protected, just drops this off quickly. They need the 25-yard line for a conversion, and we'll have it here. Washington inside the 20. This is a more methodical offense than I thought we would see. I just feel like with their speed, there's a little wasted potential. 2:40 to play here in the first half. Graham backwards again. Doesn't get rid of it. He needs to start getting rid of the football or using that speed to get outside. They've been facing way too many tough third downs today. Might see that cover 2 here again. This is 3rd and 14. Graham, oh, he's sacked again by Ojulari. Are they even in field goal range now? 51-yard try just to get on the board. A miss here, though, and we get a short field. I think it has enough, and the kick is good. Miami is finally on the board, and although it feels like we're dominating, only a 10-point game. Petrovsky outside for Juwan Johnson. He's closing in on 200 here in the first half. Setting up the screen now, getting Tavares. Towns outside, and that is a first down. The screen actually worked. Going empty now on 1st and 10. Petrovsky finds Thomas, and again moves the sticks. Still a couple timeouts here for New York, and Petrovsky has to rush the throw, but Graham is there open, as we'll call a timeout. Over the middle again, now Towns. We're showing we can be methodical here with the offense. Still 30 seconds. Might want to stretch the field a bit more, and we will. Getting Towns a touchdown catch right down the middle of the defense. I don't think that's something that we've tried all that often, and the Giants are going to carry this 3-score lead. It looks like into halftime. Ryan Petrovsky with a perfect throw. And Towns this year as a pass catcher has done a really good job. This certainly isn't the game I thought we would get today. 23-3 now. We got an additional field goal. Lead by 20 here in the second half, and Graham trying to bring Miami back. Gain of 8 to Washington. On the carry now, Kalen Washington will fight through the tackle of Quinton, but it looks like his extra effort led to a holding call at the end. That happens a lot here in Madden and NCAA. Like, a run lasts a little bit longer and you get like an illegal block in the back that wouldn't have been there otherwise. From the 42, Graham. Oh, he's gone backwards far too often today. What is leading him to taking all these bad sacks? There is like a throw it away trait, but also just quarterbacks handle pressure differently from one to the other. And I've always thought that Petrovsky handles it pretty well. He either gets away or throws it. Doesn't take too many sacks just standing there. Wow, a 62-yard simulated touchdown there for Tavares Towns. I think this one's done. 30-3. Miami was not prepared whatsoever. A dominant showing here for the New York Giants. Definitely showing that they are the team to beat once again here in the NFC. Shenard Graham has certainly played some good games and had good seasons in this franchise, but this was not a good one for him facing this defense. Let's take a look at the stats here as we have a final score of 37-13. And Brian Petrovsky had 369 yards, 2 touchdowns. Graham, 25 of 31 for 219. That's only 7 yards per attempt, a long of 22. So everything was underneath. And they just, when you play that style of offense, you have to be so hyper efficient. And that means getting touchdowns in the red zone and being able to cap off these drives. So Tavares Towns goes for a $118 on the ground, 2 touchdowns there, with a receiving touchdown and 53 yards. So that's back-to-back 3 touchdown games in the games that we've watched now. Michael Thomas, 7 for 105. Great day for Jason Weaver, going over 100. That's as strong as we've looked, I'd say, in quite some time against a good opponent. We're now 10-2 with a small lead here on the Dallas Cowboys, and that matchup is coming up now after our game against the New England Patriots. It's a close game, and they outgained us on offense, but we still get the job done. 21-17. More good play out of this defense. 345 yards allowed, though. That is really surprising. 92 yards here for Tavares Towns. They have Travis Etienne. Marquez Callaway, 8 for 160. All right, wasn't expecting to see that. By the way, I had mentioned the quarterback traits. Let's go over the traits here for Petrovsky and then Shenard Graham. So what I've always liked about Petrovsky is he has the ideal sense of pressure. He's not going to be panicking. He's not paranoid, but he's aggressive at forcing passes, and I really like that trait. It's really important, I think. While we're at it here, let's upgrade his Scrambler and see if that can become his main archetype again. As we get a few ratings, and Scrambler is back on the menu. Shenard Graham, charismatic personality, balanced style, ideal sense of pressure, aggressive forcing passes. So those two are the same as Petrovsky's, but for whatever reason, he wasn't attacking downfield. Now, we didn't have like a great all-22 look, so maybe we just covered everything well there, but they didn't really try a lot. We just saw the one deep ball to Waddle. So the season continues on. The Giants 11-2. We have not lost in a while. ever since the Washington football team defeated us earlier. We've now won 9 games in a row. But one of the teams to defeat us this year is the Dallas Cowboys, and if they win this game, that tiebreaker goes to them, and it could shake up the NFC playoff picture. Can we make it 10 victories in a row with this game against Dallas that, if we win, pretty much wraps up the division for us? Let's sim our way into the second half and see where this game goes. You never know in this rivalry. Tied right now at 7-1. And we do take the lead with our second touchdown. Dallas gets a field goal. And now we have a multi-score lead. Let's go fourth quarter and maybe watch the rest. Maybe. We're going to have to see Dallas play pretty much a perfect quarter, and they just missed a 54-yard field goal, giving the Giants decent field position to try and work on running the clock out. You stay on the ground. Towns left side with an opening. First down. Here's Towns trying to get downhill on second down. That's maybe a gain of 2. Now third down, New York. We've already ran 60 plays in this game, so we're probably winning time of possession pretty handily. And Towns stretches ahead, but I don't think it's enough. Go for it. And we will. Jason Weaver, ISO'd, top of your screen. Pass caught by Jawan Johnson. How do you leave him by himself? 4 touchdowns today for Petrovsky. So he's on a roll right now. Perhaps making his MVP case. We'll have to check on that possibility. I think we have an injury at tight end because we have a tackle in motion right now. Leading the way. I feel like more teams should go to that, like, 6th offensive lineman more often. Like, it's such an advantage blocking-wise. Especially with, like, where the defenses are going with linebackers today. That's Towns to the 7. He closes games strong. We've seen that already a few times. Austin Eckler checks in now on 1st and goal. And it's his turn, and he won't have anything. Fake to Towns. He's open. Touchdown, Michael Thomas. Of course, I thought that football was going to Nelson Galloway, who might have like the first positive catch of his career. But instead, touchdown number 5 for quarterback Brian Petrovsky. What a career he's putting together in this series. We have a 25-point game now with just 5.5 minutes to go. Wrapping this one up. Almost intercepted that one with Gresham, but it's caught. Dak on third down. Airs one out, and it's incomplete. Nearly picked by Peppers. 4th down for Prescott. On the move. He slings one, and it's intercepted. Otis Springs has it, and the Giants will take over. They are reviewing the catch by Otis Springs. They are challenging that it was a trap catch. I haven't seen that show up a lot here, but that's just clearly not near the ground. I forget where he went down. I'm not even sure if it stands, but I think so. They just showed a turnover update there. Tavares Towns. Let's close it out. Oh, no. Michael Thomas just got shaken up on that last run. I'm not able to back out right now and make any substitutions. If you, like, watch a missed field goal, that's one thing that can trigger this bug. Pass caught here by Jason Weaver. But we do not want to lose Michael Thomas here playing meaningless plays at the end of a football game. That could be very big for us going forward. We'll see. 3:35 left to go. Still throwing. Petrovsky completes to Graham. We've never seen him go for 6. I'm not sure we've seen any quarterback on this channel go for 6. But that is now in play. Why are we even throwing? This is weird to see. First down, caught, Graham at the 1. But now you're going to punch it in with pounds, right? Probably. 2 tight ends, now we go under center. One more against our rivals, and no touchdown. Now I'm not so sure. 3 receivers, including Alan Pendleton on 3rd down. It goes to Towns, and he's in! Touchdown! Tavares Towns, the touchdown machine. This game is over. (42-10), the Giants keep rolling with their 10th straight victory, and this win all but assures they're going to become NFC East champions and likely the #1 seed in the conference. Petrovsky throws 5 touchdowns. They didn't give him a chance to get number 6. Well, kind of. He threw him down to the 1-yard line, so it was close. Johnson scored twice. Graham, Thomas. We do have to check that injury, though, and see what this is going to be going forward. Christian Tolbert is the only player on the injury report, and he should be back after one more game. So, the Giants are playing so well, I say we just get this all the way to the playoffs then and see who our first opponent's going to end up being. 3 games left now to get through. And before we get there, I want to offer a contract to Tavares Towns. One that I think would be a little more fair, because he's been playing at a very high level this season. We're going to offer him the 3 years, $21 million. I talked about that James Conner contract. I thought that would be pretty fair here. Tavares Towns will be accepting that extension. One more player here, Jason Weaver. Normal development, 24 years old, but I believe in the upside. He has some serious strengths as a player. He's looking at 3 years, 13.8. I'll up it a little bit here, but I think that that is fair, and I want him to stay on the team. No more deals until the offseason now. A lot of these players might face some regression, and we'll wait and see. Did that just say 10,000? Okay, so we had the trench boost scenario pop up again. And I guess we did so good that the entire line just earned 10,000 XP each. Hal Reed is making a lot of progress then here in his rookie season. And I think we're going to have a really good offensive line going forward. This season's been so big with those 2 trench battle scenarios that have popped up. Ultimately, our win streak was snapped by the New York Jets, but we did win 2 out of our last 3 here after the Cowboy game and finished the year very, very strong. Let's check out the numbers now. We don't have a wild card game. We did earn the first round bye, as did Kansas City in the AFC. Baltimore is the 2, Jacksonville the 3, Miami is the 4. Over here now, Carolina, we're used to them making the playoffs. They're the 7 seed, but we have some new teams here possibly to look at. Arizona, they haven't done much recently. And the Minnesota Vikings, who picked a quarterback early in this last draft, I think #1 overall, or at least in the first round. The Vikings are the 3. We closed with the #3 offense in scoring, the #2 defense in scoring, the best run defense, top 5 passing game, pass defense, 6th rushing game. It's unbelievable. So we're still a juggernaut despite moving on from some players. Brian Petrovsky, 38 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. So that's a couple more interceptions than you would like to see, but it's pretty typical for him. Ended up throwing a bunch of them down the stretch. Tavares Towns, 1,575 yards, 23 touchdowns. That's gotta earn him X Factor. Michael Thomas, Jawan Johnson, and Rashawn Graham all caught over 1,000 yards this season. 15 scores for Thomas, 9 for Jawan Johnson. Truly impressive stuff here from the offense. And the pass blocking seemed to do a really good job. We did not allow a lot of pressure. Petrovsky's been kept clean. Otis Springs, I don't think he's normal dev after this. Re-signing him last year seems to have been a good call. 3 picks, 4 sacks, 120 tackles, and 11 tackles for loss. 3 players, double-digit sacks. Golson, Holt, Ojulari. I don't think there's a hole in this team. League leaders, Mac Jones, most passing yards, 53-83. Petrovsky was 3rd. For touchdowns, it is Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and then Jordan Love having a breakout season. I know he started for Green Bay for a while, but this is like totally new, mostly new. His 2024 was pretty good too. Saquon Barkley led the NFL in rushing yards, 1,935 yards, 23 touchdowns. So Towns was 6th in yards and 3rd in touchdowns. Is that X Factor worthy? We'll have to see. Receiving, Mitch Tolliver. Kansas City just keeps finding great receivers. He was a normal dev player who won't be going forward, I imagine. Wow. Devontae Smith, Christian Kirk, C.D. Lamb. Donovan Peoples-Jones having a massive season. 7 interceptions for Kendall Fuller. He led the NFL this season. 19 sacks for Chase Young, 16 for Antonio Golson. We talked about Quandre Holt as well with 13.5. What an impressive year for the New York Giants. So who is that first playoff opponent going to be? It always ends up being Dallas. They finished 12-5 this season, and it's Cowboys Giants part 76 in this series. They were able to defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Vikings beat San Francisco, and Arizona knocked out Carolina. So we have the 1, 2, 3, 5 seeds remaining, and it's the same in the AFC, where the Dolphins could not get it done against the Chargers. They didn't put up the points. What happened? I wonder where Miami finished in the points department, because they were 2nd before we played today. And they ended up 4th, only dropping off a little bit. Let's check out the awards now. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP for the 16-1 Chiefs. Saquon Barkley was 2nd after we traded him away, but Tavares Towns was 4th. Patrick Mahomes, Offensive Player of the Year. Gio Tull, Defensive Player of the Year. Joshua Pineda, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Howie Moyer for the Bills, I want to say is a safety. Mahomes, Best Quarterback. Where's Petrovsky? Oh, in the NFC. I'm in the wrong conference. We're going backwards this time. Saquon Barkley, Best Running Back. Mitch Tolliver, Best Receiver. Trey Smith, Creed Humphrey, Orlando Brown. Yeah, the Chiefs are still a juggernaut, and I'm hoping we can have a Super Bowl rematch. Gotta get there first. Offensive Player of the Year is CMC in the NFC. Chase Young on defense. Doug Moore, Rookie of the Year, with the Vikings as a 3 seed in the final 8 teams as well. Alfonso Raymond for the Cardinals. Jordan Love, Best Quarterback. Big Brian Petrovsky only gets 5th place. All right then. But hey, that was a phenomenal season here in the series. And now we have a playoff run about to get underway. It opens. We'll see if it ends up snowing. It sometimes is hit or miss. But we'll take on the Dallas Cowboys next time, trying to move on to the NFC title game. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts down below as the playoffs will get underway shortly. Have a great day.